Hi, baby. Hey guys, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. You may have noticed I made a minor change to the YouTube channel earlier this morning, or the other day for you guys, depending on when this video goes up. I am a blogger. I have been a blogger for a very long time, and I have a website, a blog called Cosmopolitan Cornbread, which is of course at cosmopolitancornbread.com. Throughout most social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of that, I'm Cosmopolitan Cornbread, of course. And it just seemed natural to make my YouTube channel Cosmopolitan Cornbread as well. However, you know, as time goes on, our farm, A Good Life Farm, our homestead, is more of the focus of what my YouTube channel is about. And so because of that, I felt like that should take the leading role on my YouTube channel. And so I altered the name of the channel this morning to A Good Life Farm by Cosmopolitan Cornbread. It just seemed more natural, and I felt like it gave people a better sense of what this channel is actually about. And yeah, so if you're subscribed to my channel, nothing changed. The link is still the same, everything's still the same, except the way the name is displayed. So just wanted to share that little update with all of you. Right now I just got done brewing 2 cups of coffee. One of them I'm going to sip on here real quickly, and then I'm going to head out into the garden, and I'll take my little travel mug out there with me, my little hydro flask, because we have at last been getting some rain, and so the ground is getting soft, and so of course things are going to grow like crazy. But I have a little bit of weeding that needs to be done out in the big garden, and since the ground is softer and it looks like we're about to get a little bit of a break in the weather, I'm going to get out there and pull some weeds. I have a couple different areas that aren't yet mulched. Honestly, they may not end up getting mulched. Most of my garden has been mulched with straw and with like cardboard or brown paper down underneath, and that does a lot as far as keeping the weeds down. Now, you do still get some weed growth, and sometimes the straw will grow. Sometimes there'll be clusters where there was a bunch of seeds in the straw, and then you'll see these clumps of wheat basically growing. It doesn't really cause a lot of trouble. It's not like weeds, natural weeds taking over your garden. Because I do have the cardboard or the paper underneath, they just don't establish very well, so I don't worry about them too much. So I am going to finish up this cup of coffee, and then I'm going to head on outside. Hey guys, so it is Friday evening, which means it is garden tour time. Hopefully I can get through it before it starts raining again. So I'm probably not going to do a full every single plant kind of tour, but I am going to show you some of the things that we have progressed on. Alright, so first of all, I came through this past week and I cut back, pruned a lot of the foliage off of my tomato plants. And as soon as I did, you can see here, look at the color that is developing on these Blue Beauty tomatoes. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? All they needed was a little more sun. I've still got some greenery that I can probably prune back, but you shouldn't prune back too much too quickly or it'll shock your plants. So a little bit at a time, but they are liking this, that's for sure. Another development, hi babies, is over here on the loofah. Look right here. Look, 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 look. We've got the beginnings of our first loofahs right there. So there's a couple of them on there. It is growing like crazy. I mean, just look at that trellis. It is looking fantastic. But I did do a little Instagram live the other day, and I talked about these loofah gourds. I don't know what they're after, but there are a lot of predator insects on those vines. Ladybugs, there's soldier beetles, but there's also ants. And I don't know if the ants are the problem. I don't know what the predator insects are after. So far I can't see any damage to the plants, and so I don't know if the ants are going to cause a problem or if they're going to damage it. Should I be worried about the ants? If any of you have grown loofah and you know, you got some advice for me, I would love to hear it. Those clouds are getting closer. So, another major update is I had mulched this asparagus bed, and the asparagus was kind of struggling. But as soon as I mulched it, it's like a whole new bed, because now almost every plant has brand new spears that just have popped up practically overnight. I do need to come out here and weed a little bit. We got some grass popping up there, but there is new growth. Hey guys, eating my canna lilies once again. So earlier today I came out here and I noticed something pretty exciting. Right down in there we have the very first roselle blossoms. I saw another one over here. It's funny, they were open earlier and now they're closed, but I was pretty excited to see that. But I'm really looking forward to the ones further up opening up and blossoming so that you can actually see them. Now over here, this is the area that I had to fence off because of the ducks getting in here. They were coming in and they were getting the cucumbers that were trying to come up on the trellis, and so I fenced this area off with some chicken wire so that they can't get in here. So these right here are the A and C pickling cucumbers. We don't have any blossoms quite yet. I see some little baby buds maybe beginning to start, but these ones over here are a different story. Not only do we have blossoms, but we have got little baby cucumbers all over the place. So Mr. Smith was super excited to see these. The Aunt Molly's ground cherries have ground cherries all over the place. Won't be long before we're able to harvest some of these. So these, because they're inside these paper pods, when they are ripe, the pods will actually fall off. And so you basically come out here every day and pick them all up off of the soil. and that's how you harvest those. Now the lettuce that was here, I have just been pulling out plants every day and giving them to the ducks. It's late in the summer. The lettuce doesn't taste that great anymore because it's too hot, but the ducks absolutely love it, and so I've been giving it to them. I have one plant back there that's pretty big. I'm going to leave that one so that it can actually go to seed and I can collect the seeds off of it. Same as this one right here. You can see how tall it's getting. I'm going to do the same with this one and let it go to seed. Alright, let me show you something else that has happened. Right here, this is my great big butterfly bush. This bush I chopped way down to just about nothing a couple months ago, and as you can see, it has grown back and it has just started blossoming in the last day or so, and so this will be covered with purple flowers, and we will have butterflies, and the hummingbirds will be happy, and all of that in no time. Alright, let's hurry on out here to the big garden. I want to show you a couple of things. I think I just felt a raindrop, so I may end up having to cut this one short this week. Mr. Smith's out here FaceTiming Memo, showing her the garden as well. Alright, so right here I have some zinnias that I had planted. These are, I can't remember if these were the cut and come again ones or if they were the county fair multicolored ones. I'm kind of leaning towards the county fair type, but they have begun blooming. The Mongolian sunflowers are almost as big as the cattle panel. They're coming along. The dragon tongue beans have gotten blossoms, and I see my first tiny little baby bean right there. The stone crop flowers are blooming. Those are kind of neat looking, aren't they? Yeah. This is the patch of flowers that I wasn't sure if it was coming up at all, but I am seeing flowers. Right there we've got toothache flowers. I think I see some straw flowers. And then this right here should be sweet alyssum. These are some of the comfrey plants that I planted here. I talked about these in my video that went up on Friday, all about comfrey, and I had mentioned these. My marigolds look like they're about to start budding any day now, any day. Over there are my Moon and Star watermelons, and they are finally looking like they're taking off. We're starting to get some tendrils here, and this is exciting. I'm anxious to see these really grow. The muncher cucumbers over here are doing pretty good. The sweet potato vines, again, are doing really well. And right down here, the Tanya's pink hulled beans. Check these out. We have got pink beans. And lots more little babies all over these plants. So they're definitely recovering from the pest attack that they had a couple weeks ago. My candy roaster squash is getting buds on here, so they're going to be blossoming soon. I'm excited about that. I actually found a couple recipes for this kind of squash, and so assuming that we get some, I will definitely share how to use these. The corn, I came out here and I tried to hoe the rows a little bit the other day, but our ground was like concrete. And so now that we are finally getting some rain, and it's supposed to rain for the next several days, I'll be able to get out here and do a little bit more. Our zucchini is getting more than blossoms. Let me come and show you this. I'm so thrilled. Look right down in there. We have got zucchini all over. So there's going to be some zucchini eating happening very soon. There's just all sorts of little babies happening. Here's another recovery that I'm really happy about. These are my Chinese noodle bean plants, and they're really taking off now that we've gotten the insect issue under control. This one right here is almost 3 feet tall, coming up the cattle panel. There's new growth all over the place, and I'm really happy to see this because I really want to try these beans this year. Both sides of the trellis have some good growth happening here. Over here I've got more of the zinnias that are blossoming. Some of the okra looks like it's finally starting to take off. And I finally have some of my very first bell peppers happening. You can see one right there. It's got the blossom petals are still kind of on there, but there are baby bell peppers. Those ones definitely take their sweet time making an appearance. I've got over here, I've got some more Cubanelle peppers that are going to be harvest size very soon. I did my first harvest of those, my first harvest from this garden earlier this week, and if you missed that video, there is the recipe for chorizo stuffed Cubanelle peppers on my blog. They're fantastic. So there are peppers growing all over the place here. We've got some jalapenos down here that are almost harvest size. There's lipstick peppers over there that are starting to get a little hint of color. And then we've got absolutely tons of the Chinese 5-color hot peppers on those plants down there. And I'm still not exactly sure what we're gonna do with those, but Mr. Smith just had to have those hot peppers. Over here I have more of those gorgeous Blue Beauty tomatoes from Wild Boar Farms. We've got some Dr. Weik's tomatoes that are coming along beautifully. These are a pretty yellow color when they're ripe. And lots of the Vernissage tomatoes. I just can't get over how pretty these are. I see you in there, doing your job. Thank you, Mr. Ladybug, or Mrs. Ladybug, whatever you are. All right, so a little bit of a quick tour this week. I had to dodge the weather. And one last thing, right here, this is a variety of lilac that I planted about 2 years ago. And it is finally blooming as well. I don't remember what kind it is. It's not the big, beautiful, bushy ones that I love, but it is pretty. And perfect timing, it just started to rain again. So thanks for watching, you guys. I know it was a little bit of a short one this week, but thanks for hanging out with me and taking a walk through the garden. And I will talk to you all next time.